Saturday, 30th of September, 10:30 p.m. So you know what time it is. It is Conti, C to the H to the A to the T. Contychat, that's right, with me, Brandon Lipaul. Thank you so much for joining us right here as we speak to our guests with regards to whatever that we are talking about, because obviously they are pressing issues, right? But before that, be sure to follow us on RTM Click or podcast.rtm.gov.my, because that's where you will actually check out our previous episodes and to see what we've been up to, right? So this time around, but you know what? We have shown so much love to people out there, with regards to scams, health, exercising, so on and so forth. But this is the time we show some love towards the animals. So when we talk about animals, we are talking about wildlife, okay? Because you know why? In Malaysia, obviously wildlife are in danger. So what can we do to help them? Let's explore the issues of illegal wildlife trafficking in the country and its impact on Malaysia's biodiversity. So with that being said, of course, it brings us back to those time when we were in school, right? Do you remember, back then when we were in school, what was the animal that was in danger of being extinct? Something to think about, something to recall back then when you were a kid, when you were studying in school. But you know what? Putting that aside just as much right now, we've brought in two of our distinguished guests in the studio to talk about that. We've got Siti Muhammad Isa, Assistant Director, Enforcement Division, Department of Wildlife and National Parks. Welcome to the show, Ain.
Hi, Brandon. Thank you so much.
And also, you're welcome. And also Kalaivanan, Ravichandran, President of Persatuan Haiwan Terbiar Malaysia, SAFM. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hi, Brandon.
Okay, you know what? We've been talking about wildlife every single time, every single year. If you hang out in malls, you will see agencies like WWF or Perhilitan approaching us, talking about wildlife, letting us know about various information, statistics, so on and so forth, that of course some of the animals in Malaysia are in danger of being extinct, right? But honestly, your own opinion, why should we care that much? Kalai.
All right, because this is what can happen is in Malaysia, we have, for example, tiger. This is only about 200 plus. So
correct.
What happened is when the population get reduced, then of course it's going to affect our nature in Malaysia. So this is the important that we have to given, because this is our asset, our nation asset. So it's like we're losing our national asset.
Correct. Okay, so when we lose our national assets, right? Kala, you just mentioned about how it is important towards the environment, our ecosystem here in the country.
Yes.
So that means, with that being said, obviously with the digitalization these days, it's more than just looking at photos online. It's like, hey, this is the animal we had in Malaysia a long time ago before you were born, right?
Yes, I agree with Mr. Kalai. It is very important for us to conserve our wildlife because it exists due to reasons of its function. For example, birds spread seeds, and then elephant make way for other animals. They are highway makers actually. Elephant in the forest. So when they roam a certain area, trees sprout out, and also they also disperse seed from whatever they eat. So wildlife plays very important role in our ecosystem in the forest. Although we live in the cities, but actually who provides oxygen for us is the forest. So who is the engineer in the forest is the wildlife actually. So that is why it's very, very important for us to conserve our wildlife.
Moving forward towards digitalization with AI technology and stuff,
Yes.
no biggie right here. Because why? Because at the end of the day, you cannot emulate wildlife. Not just in Malaysia, but across the universe, right?
Yes.
So, of course, the importance of bee as well. Apparently, if there's no bee, we wouldn't have food,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's
Yeah,
actually something
pollinators.
that's mind-blowing in that sense and eye-opening also as well. So, could you provide an overview of the current state of wildlife trafficking and poaching in Malaysia? Ain.
Okay. First of all, I would like to share with you the major type of wildlife crimes in Malaysia that we face. It's actually illegal keeping of wildlife, hunting and poaching, and also illegal businesses, and also international trade. So when we talk about trafficking, it's actually importing or exporting wildlife through our borders illegally. That is the terms we use for
terminology
trafficking.
of it,
yes. So in terms of poaching, it's accumulation of other crimes such as encroachment of habitats and also hunting without any license, and then also keeping the wildlife. So comparing 5 years of enforcement data since 2018 until last year, the trend of wildlife trafficking, including its parts. So I would like to emphasize that we also take care of the wildlife parts, not only living specimen but also their parts. So the trend is actually fluctuating, but generally reduced in number. Okay, so based on our database, there are certain species that is popular being trafficked.
Like tape?
No.
No?
No.
Right.
It's actually white ram shama. If you know, it's called murai batu in our language. It's a bird. It's very highly trafficked now, especially going out to our neighboring countries.
Okay.
Because they have these hobbies of keeping murai batu, and right over there is finished in the wild, so they come and harvest from our country.
Right.
So that is one of the birds that is really need high protection from us right now, murai batu.
Yeah.
And also pangolins.
Yeah, pangolins.
Yes, pangolin is one of the highest trafficked mammals in the world.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of pangolin species in the world, in Africa and also in Asia.
Correct.
So pangolin is one of wildlife sought after for its scales and meats.
Right.
So
Oh, meat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and it's for purposes not proven scientifically, meaning for medicinal purpose that is not proven scientifically. So
This myth or this sort of
Yes.
belief
Yes.
somehow or rather
Yeah.
spread towards everybody, and everybody is just hunting for pangolins.
yes.
Okay. So with regards to what Ain just mentioned from SAFM yourself, obviously Malaysia is rich in its biodiversity. Let's talk about efforts from SAFM.
Okay, what we can do as an NGO, right? We can support this kind of programs by Jabatan Penelitian. Example like Save Animal. We can do campaigns, and also we can always can volunteer ourselves with them actually, right? So it's not about one organization. It should be in everyone should be take part, including the public itself.
Right.
So as an NGO, that we can gather this kind of information, such as how to volunteer with the Jabatan Penelitian, and also to spread the campaign. The spread campaign can do via public and via university students. We can collaborate with them to preserve the animal in wildlife.
Yeah, if there's one thing that I wouldn't say refuse to understand, but we just cannot probably understand even better, is for the very fact that, someone approaches you and said, okay, you know what, animal is extinct, would you like to contribute some amount of money? But we should actually do more than that.
Yes,
Correct? So what
exactly.
can we do more than that when it comes to something else and a different kind of effort instead of just giving money? Because when we give money, and then people will come and say, you know what, when you give money, right, you don't know where your money is going to.
Yes,
Right? So what can we do better instead of just giving money?
All right. First of all, beyond money, there's many things, because it's involving wildlife, their own life. No?
Okay.
So instead of giving money, they can take part in a certain campaign that lead by the Jabatan Penelitian. I believe Jabatan Penelitian also need many organization volunteer, all right, to help them also, because they are very limited people to run the show.
Yeah.
So obviously they need a man support, not only money, because I believe they have their own own money to run the show. But about the volunteer, how many people that can spread, because they are taking care of one whole nation.
Exactly.
So I believe even though they have their own branch in every state, but still they need one. So what kind of things that we can do is, one is volunteer, second is spread awareness, third thing is they have to get inside themselves involved with the Jabatan Penelitian. Maybe they can go to their branch and ask them, is there any volunteer work that our school or our university or our workplace can be merged together and do this.
When it comes to doing all these kind of things and campaign, which is a good thing, a good cause, not just for the wildlife, but obviously for Malaysia, right? For the country. Not just Malaysia, probably any given country out there. But the information that we give them, how do we actually tell them, look, this is actually worrying, you need to do something about this, because you need to lead a better life yourselves with oxygen, with food or whatsoever. So how do you think, Ain, we can we can do this.
I see. I agree with Mr. Kalai, and also actually it's a team effort. It's not only we if you care about the environment, automatically you'll care about what's inside. It's constitute of environment. So if you recycle, you have this healthy lifestyle that you care. You make a decision when you want to throw something, you want to use something, you care about the environment. It's actually automatically you care about wildlife too.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, it's collective effort from everybody. We have to start adapting, coexisting with wildlife. Nowadays, our one of our issue is conflict.
Yeah.
Human and wildlife conflict. So because of the habitat of wildlife getting smaller, so they can come out from the forest. They come out from their habitats. And some people cannot stand it.
Yeah.
So they complain. But actually the wildlife is there first before the
Before you got there, what are you talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have to somehow slowly educate people to learn to be to coexist with wildlife. So that is one of the effort we do. We have education program with schools and university students, and we encourage university students to do studies on conservation.
Right.
So that is one of the things that we encourage. So people start to mainstream wildlife issues, environment issue, things like that we are doing for our Malaysia.
Yeah, you know, I was told once, right, that because when I saw a rat that was running around in this safari that I was visiting, and then I was like, oh look, that's rat, and then the guy was like, why are you afraid of rats? It was like, because they're dirty. And then this guy told me straight to my face, you know why the rat is dirty? You know why that they can kill you with its urine and stuff? It's because of you humans. You made them dirty. It's like, where do I go with this? And also monitor lizards, right?
Yes.
When you see monitor lizards moving around our house, I used to call the bomba to actually catch them, which is okay, which is quite a good thing. And Perhilitan will come in, and other agencies will come in as well to get the monitor lizard and to free them, right?
Yes.
But the importance of monitor lizard too, they eat snake eggs. So they protect the environment in that sense. So these are the kind of stuff that we need to educate, not just you, but all at home, especially your kids as well. We're going to go for a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about lots of stuff, especially factors that contribute to illegal activities, right here on Contychat. So go and grab your coffee or tea and come back, because we need to talk right here. Once again, Contychat.
Pembangunan desa tentunya tidak akan dikesampingkan. Kerajaan bertekad untuk merapatkan nisbah jurang pendapatan antara desa dan bandar daripada 0.57 pada tahun 2022 kepada 0.67 pada tahun 2025. Dalam hal ini, kerajaan akan memperluas penyediaan infrastruktur dan perkhidmatan, memanfaat potensi ekonomi desa dan memperkukuh pencapaian perkhidmatan untuk memastikan kesejahteraan penduduk di desa dan pedalaman. Antara program dan projek baru yang akan dilaksanakan termasuk projek membina jalan dari Kampung Gedes melalui Sungai Kelai ke Felda Palung, Jempul, Negeri Sembilan. Projek membina jalan dari Kuala Linggi ke Air Molek, Masjid Tanah Alor Gajah, Melaka. Projek membina jalan dari Kampung Kuala Sungai Udang ke Pantai Murni, Yan, Kedah. Projek membina jalan pintas Bukit Sagu ke Bukit Kuin, Kuantan, Pahang. Projek Jalan Perhubungan Desa Negeri Perak Fasa 2. Projek Sokongan Pengukuhan Keusahanan Luar Bandar 2.0. Program Pembangunan Keupayaan Komuniti Luar Bandar.
And yo, welcome back to Contychat, and of course in the studio with us we've got two very distinguished guests to talk about the wildlife situation here in the country Malaysia. So coming back to some of the questions, right, Ain, let's talk about factors that contribute to illegal activities. Why?
Is number one factor that is been so long is actually demand from the black market. Actually, wildlife is actually something that you can keep, you can trade, but we have a legal way to do it.
Yeah.
But the one that is contributing to the illegal things is the black market, where people wants to do it illegally. So that's where people traffic wildlife, they poach it illegally. That's why people, I think one of the it's all over the world.
Yeah.
It's what happening in the world. There is illegal market demanding wildlife and wildlife parts to feed these illegal businesses.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
something weird about demand, and when you just mentioned hobby, people have weird hobbies out there, and then they just decide, okay, I'm going to keep monkeys at home, and then tomorrow one fine day I'm going to keep birds at home, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So you just mentioned about lots of campaigns and stuff like that. Are there any specific ways that we can actually be exposed to and support conservation efforts to raise awareness, or report illegal wildlife activities? What else can we do?
Okay, in Malaysia, right, there is a Jabatan Penelitian and also an NGOs that supports against illegal trafficking and also animal cruelty. So we are, as an NGO, we are one of the channel for us, for the public to report if there is an encounter of any
Illegal
stuff
stuff going on,
or animal cruelty about wildlife, right? So we always be the front page, front line, right? So when we get a report, right, we try to help them, to assist them to make a proper report to Jabatan Penelitian. So before we go to Jabatan Penelitian, we always ask for evidence and the video, photo stuff like that, where it's happened, So because in Malaysia, to be honest, there is animal cruelty involving wildlife also, such as monkeys. So we got many cases came in, says that they try to chase the monkey by hitting the monkey or giving a poison to them.
Yeah, typical.
Typical, yeah. So this type of things, we try to give a spread awareness. So what the public can do is always when if they saw any animal cruelty happens, they quickly have to gather the information by taking video and submit to any NGOs or Jabatan Penelitian.
When they do that, is the process tedious? Because most of them will say, if I do this, it's going to take a very long time, and before we know it, whatever the animal that's being tortured will be dead already. So I might as well just save my time and effort. What would you say about that?
Okay, because as what I said earlier, it's about our environment also. All right. So if let's say one person is killing one animal, if let's say 100 people is killing 100 animals, so this is not going to end because they're gonna reproduce and so on. So if let's say talk about monkeys, or some maybe can say that no, I'm saying near, for example, near somewhere got species, a lot of monkeys there, and always come disturb me. So some of them don't know that they can call Jabatan Penelitian and complain about that.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, so they can actually come and relocate the monkeys. So most of them really don't know. So what they try to do is they took easy ways by chasing them. But chasing them in a good way is okay, but this is like a bit cruelty,
Poison them, you
Poison
take
them,
stuff, you throw at them,
Yes.
you keep them inside a cage,
Yes.
stuff like that. Okay, but that's a good thing. So what you're saying here is that just do your part.
Yes.
Just report it. If you don't know, Penelitian is there to save you.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Okay, cool. And now, what are the key laws and regulations in place to combat wildlife trafficking and poaching in Malaysia?
Okay. Actually, we have two federal laws. That is
Federal laws.
Yes, it's federal law, meaning it's applicable to Peninsular Malaysia and Federal Territory of Labuan. The first one is the Wildlife Conservation Act 2010 or Act 716, and the other one that caters for international trade is the International Trade in Endangered Species Act 2008. But because of the 716, we enforce it more because of the extensive coverage on conservation. So the penalty is actually very high for Act 716, which is the Wildlife Conservation Act. We amended it last year in 2022, so the penalty could go up to 1 million ringgit.
Wow.
And imprisonment for 15 years. So I would like to say the simple case. If you keep ball python, ball python is a cute python that people like to.
It's a trend now. People are buying ball python.
Yes, they like to because it's cute and it's easy to take care of. So if you keep it without a license,
you must have a license.
Yes, you have to have a license to keep ball pythons. All wildlife species that is listed under the act, you have to have a license or special permit to keep it. So a simple ball python, if you keep without a license, it will the penalty is 50,000 ringgit. 3 years imprisonment or both. So that is the penalty. But if you do it legally, 1 year it only costs 10 ringgit.
Right.
10 ringgit a license. So it doesn't. If you thinking of doing it illegally, you have to face the consequence of our very high penalty.
So how can we actually purchase this license?
Okay.
The city council?
First of all, you have to buy it from a legal business owner, meaning this pet shop, they have to have a business license with us. So when you buy the wildlife, they give you a receipt, and then you can apply for our license through our website. Just upload the receipt and all the documents that is required. You pay, and then you get your license. It's actually very simple, and you can also walk into our counters in all our state have license counters. So that is very simple. That's how you do it. You have to apply with us, Jabatan Pilihan.
That's actually very interesting. I didn't know you must have license when you buy. Oh, maybe it's because I don't even have a ball python at home. That's why I don't know, right?
Yeah.
But you spoke about all these laws. Let's talk about the measures that are effective. And have they been effective in deterring illegal wildlife activities here in Malaysia?
Yes, I would like to believe that because of our joint effort with other agencies. Now we have this nationwide operation with the police, the custom. Police is very helpful for us to cater local crimes. In terms of custom is borders for trafficking, and we also work with NGOs and orang asli. We hire orang asli and ex-armies to patrol hotspot in Malaysia, and we also have this operasi bersepadu hazanah. We work with the police and also forestry department and state park corporation. So we have this hotspot previously, way back 10 years ago, that we know that poachers go there hunting illegally, so we do patrolling there. Now the numbers of crimes significantly reduced after we did that operation.
That's great, but we just need to do a little bit more to conserve the wildlife here in Malaysia. And Kalai, do you have ball python at home?
No.
But you know what can we as individuals, and of course let's talk about the general public out there, what can we do to contribute to the protection of wildlife in Malaysia besides paying money once again? And is there anything else that you would say or you hope that it would happen here in Malaysia?
Alright, so as what I say, first get a license.
Okay.
That's important, because I believe out there many people is trying to follow the trend, like getting ball
I saw this ball python in TikTok. I want to go get it. Stuff like that.
Yes. So maybe they thought that getting license very hard for them. We won't get it. Actually, you have to do things proper. Alright, you want to have a wildlife at home and is listed in Akta Pemeliharaan Hidupan Dia, then you go for it. Alright, if not, then don't involve, because 50,000 is not a cheap money. Alright, and so beside of that they can also actually try to get to know, study about this wildlife. Okay, what are the species that easily we can see, and what are really limited, like tiger and so on, right? So if let's say, I believe that now, as what I said earlier, we are actually reducing the forest, right? And the species actually is coming out. So there could be other wildlife or animals that they try to move to another place. So when you speeding the car, make sure you go like our north
especially
area,
in the jungle area.
right? Try to slow down, because there is another statistic says that a lot of wildlife has been killed because of the road accident.
We had another spotting of black panther or something as of late. I'm not too sure along the highways, but that's a good thing that you mentioned. Something small like that. Especially in the middle of the night, they will appear suddenly in the middle of the highway.
Correct.
Because they are escaping actually. They are relocating themselves, right? So that's a really good one. So please don't speed on the highway, especially if it's the middle of the night when it's dark.
Yes.
You might come across these animals. And then, okay, you know what? Before we wrap up, but before we go, right? If there's something that you would like to share right here on Contychat with regards to wildlife or your efforts from NGO or Perhilitan, what would it be?
Okay, I would like to share our hotline. Actually, with the hotline, you can report things. You can tell us many things to help us do our conservation effort. It's 1-800-885151, and also you can support our Selamatkan Harimau Melaya campaign by going to the harimau.my website. There they will publish activities, how you can donate, and if you want to know more about our department, what we do, you can go to our social media in Facebook, Twitter, and also Instagram. So that I would like people to know, get to know Perhilitan more. Besides just knowing that if tiger dan perhilitan, actually we do a lot more things for conservation. So that is what I would like to share with you.
Fantastic. Jabatan Perhilitan and also Bomba, in case of an emergency, give them a call. Proper allocation of I would say help and probably funds just for that part to save them will be done if you contact the correct people, the correct agency, and the correct organization. Once again, Perhilitan and also Bomba in case of emergency. Thank you so much once again. This goes out to Siti Nur Ain Muhammad Issa, Assistant Director, Enforcement Division, Department of Wildlife and National Parks. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Brandon.
And also Kalaivanan Ravichandran, President of Persatuan Haiwan Terbiar Malaysia, SAFM. So if you missed out on all of this, remember RTM Click is where you need to go if you like to listen to podcasts. podcast.rtm.gov.my. Check out this episode and of course the rest as well. Till then, I'm Brandon Lipaul. Thank you so much for hanging out here on Contychat. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.